Hi, this is Andy again, and I got another Android tutorial today. This is going to be a whole new series on the Facebook SDK and how to implement it in your app. First thing you're going to want to do is create a project in Android Studio. I'm going to show you how to do this properly so that it actually works. Facebook does provide instructions on how to use it in Android Studio, but it's very, very outdated and it won't work. So this is using Android Studio 0.5.2, I believe, or 3, so 0.5.3. I just updated it today, so that's probably why I thought it was on 0.5.2. And just create a project. Right now we're not going to do any Facebook code in here. Just create it and then close it. So we'll just, in the meantime, we'll minimize it. What we're going to do now is download the Facebook SDK and extract it. So you're going to have to go to developer.facebook.com, go into the Documents, Android, and download the SDK and take a look at your prerequisites and getting started tab. This will help you kind of get started, but it's not everything you need to know. One thing you need to know about Facebook is that it does use the app. So they do give you a copy of, I guess, the latest stable. This is actually what you're going to need to do to install it. However, it's don't actually copy it and paste it because it's not going to be accurate because it's very out of date. The current version, it says 3.8, but your app is actually, wrong part, bin. Your app is here and it's actually 7.0.0. That's the app that you need to install. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the link for it. So we need that. Just copy it. I have my ADB in my path on here on Linux. You can do it on Linux, Apple, OS X, and Windows, but the process is different. So just Google how to add ADB to your path for all of those, and it makes it just a lot easier. So we're gonna do ADB. I want to make sure that okay. So my emulator is connected, and I want to actually send the APK there. So I'm going to do paste, but I need to actually add some code. So go here, ADB install, and then we need to copy the file name. So we'll go here. Copy that, paste, and hopefully this works the first time. Success. Awesome. So now we should, if you go into your emulator and go in here, you should have the Facebook app installed, which we do. So that's fantastic. This will help you in the future when you need to test out the Facebook bits and pieces. If you have the app installed, you can completely log in and use it like a regular Facebook app on the phone. So that's kind of cool. So after you've installed the app, let's include it into our project, the SDK into our project. So the easiest way to do this actually is probably the least conventional. So we're going to go into, go into our projects. So this one is going to be, why isn't it not there? Alright, let's close this. You know what? It's probably saved somewhere else. Let's see where this is. It's in. Oh, fantastic. It changed the location of all of my stuff. So it's in our Android Wear Preview. Okay. Anyway, you're likely going to have your app here, but for some reason, in this latest update, when I created a new project, it put it in my downloads. So if I go into here and then go into Android Wear Preview, samples. Okay, fantastic. So here's our Facebook example. So go into here. This is where it gets a little tricky. We actually want to create a libraries folder, which you wouldn't normally do, but since it's the Facebook SDK is not bundled up into like a jar file or anything like that, we're gonna have to do this a little differently. Okay, so we do want, we'll create a new folder here called libraries. We'll just, okay. Now we need to copy and paste the Facebook SDK there. So go to downloads. Why are you messing with it? Okay, we'll close this for now. And we'll close our browser. We don't need that. Unable to find it. Fantastic. Okay. So go into SDK. And then you'll find this whole Facebook folder. Just copy and paste it into your library folder that we just created. Okay. And then once we do that, we need to delete some files in here that are not going to be necessary. So we don't need this. Project properties we don't need. We don't need the build file, and there's two other files here that are actually hidden, so we can delete that once we get back into Android Studio. So let's go open this back up, and I have a reason for deleting and editing it this way. It's because when you open it back up into Android Studio, it's not actually properly added. When it, it does its little thing when it's building and stuff like that. Adding it as a module, I had trouble in the past doing it, so that's why I didn't do it that way this time. So let's go into our libraries. Okay, so we don't need this class path file. So we'll delete that. And the project file, so we'll delete that as well. Okay. Now, we have a build.gradle file, but we want to kind of update this to whatever the current versions are. So let's see, we need to add a new one, resources. Okay, and these are likely way out of date. And I no longer have this, so we'll I believe that's the current version. Actually, you know what? We'll I think the easiest way to do this is to match it with your actual build.gradle file here. So we'll add, let's see, okay, that's correct. We'll copy this. We'll paste it here. dependencies we need. Let's copy the dependency file. Okay, and then we need to add the libraries file into here. So, oh, sorry, there's actually another one we need to do. Go to settings.gradle file. Oh, okay, we need to do include Okay, now we need to sync it. Boom. Looks like that was a success. Let's try to add something that's Facebook related. Okay, so we'll go into our project now. And let's just add a login button or something. Go to our boom. There we go. And voila, you can now use the Facebook the Facebook SDK into your project. So let's run it and make sure that it actually shows up as a Facebook button. It'll probably show up on top of the hello world text, so forgive me for it looking like crap, but it's just a test to make sure that it works. And that's fantastic. Alright, let's get our error code. Okay, that didn't work. Let me work out the kinks and I'll get back to you. Okay, I forgot one important step. We have to add it as a module dependency. So up here, this is your project structure. We're going to click on modules, Facebook dependencies, click the add button, module dependency. We'll add Facebook on there. We'll apply it, and let's try rerunning it and see if it works now. That looks good. Run it, run. Yay, there we go. Now this is going to crash if I click it because we don't have any of the code to actually implement the button which is required. But there you go. You have an actual functioning part of the Facebook SDK into your app. So I hope this tutorial helps you. I'm going to link actually the Stack Overflow link that helped me. So hope that you get started with some Facebook login if you need it. I'll also do a Google Plus one in the future. That one's a little bit more complex because you have to register your app before you do some stuff to get the code to work. But I'll make sure I do a Google Plus one as well. Alrighty, have a good day.